think for me, my philosophy on food is I eat to survive.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like in another world, if we didn't need food, I could go without it.
I struggled to be breastfed. I don't like the taste of milk, and I never liked the taste of milk.
Anemia is a symptom. Yeah.
It's not
a condition.
It's not a condition.
Yes, it's not a diagnosis. So if you have anemia, we need to find the cause.
So it's either tampons or pads. If you're needing to combine a pad and a tampon or 2 pads, that's not normal. About 11% chance per month.
Hey, that's so low.
Exactly.
We need to start calling our body parts what they are.
Yes.
And stop giving them pet names.
Yes. Welcome to Filling the Gap podcast, where we are filling the gap on what your doctor and your mama didn't tell you. And today's episode, very interesting. We've got a doctor, so we expect that she will know many things. But let's see. Some things her mama may not have told her, so let's start. I am happy to welcome her.
That's how you go wrong, first of all. You expect me to know many things.
Yeah.
That's where you go wrong.
Oh, but you spent many years in the school of
we did.
you know.
We did.
Okay, all right.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Just enough.
And this is interesting because people assume that, you're a doctor.
Yeah.
You must know these things.
That's true.
The previous guest was a doctor as well, and the things that he was even saying, and I was like, oh yeah, you there's a part where you don't know.
Exactly.
And there were things I didn't know about what he was talking about.
Yeah.
So let's see how much we can play around with
But
this.
let's clarify first of all.
Yes.
It's not knowing completely.
Yeah.
It's just that you haven't exercised that part of your brain in a while. So you learnt about it,
Yeah.
but then now you've taken a different trajectory and you focus more on this side.
on other things.
So sometimes you need to be reminded about this other side.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you.
You are going to tell us who you are, your name, what you do, how we can support you, whatever you want to be liked, shared, subscribed to.
Okay.
And then we will start the conversation.
Sawa, sawa.
Yes.
Kwa majina zangu matatu. My name is Dr. Simiyu. I am a medical doctor, health communicator, podcast host to ADoseofHealth, the podcast. Follow me, share, like, subscribe. Just go over there as well. And I'm also a health innovator. Yes.
Oh, what have you innovated?
We're in the works of innovating.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love new things. I love solutions.
Yes, it's a solution.
I'm a big solution person.
It's actually filling a gap.
Ah. Oh, I see what you did there. So we'll be waiting to see your innovation and to even use it whenever it comes out.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now you're a young lady. We will not say
You're
the
calling
age.
yourself old.
The cameras don't really focus on many things, but it is showing.
But WHO says middle age is until 64.
Yeah, when they said that, even my folks were very happy.
Yeah, so you're young.
Now we became age mates.
Oh.
They started to see we are in the same age set. I didn't feel respected because they have come into my space, but it's
Is
all
this
right.
a therapy session?
It could be. Anyway, so you're a young lady.
Yes.
Tell me, we're going to have an interesting conversation, which is just not like the norm, but we will weave it into women's health.
Okay.
I like to ask young people about their experiences with food.
Oh. Are you rage baiting me?
Only because we've just had a question and a small discussion before we started about food. So I'm curious, what has been your experience with food? Think back. Yeah.
I think for me, my philosophy on food is I eat to survive.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like in another world, if we didn't need food, I could go without it.
Okay.
Yes. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy food.
Yeah.
I just find it to be a chore and it's exhausting. Sometimes I get tired of chewing, but food tastes nice. Some of it tastes nice, but I find it exhausting. Yes.
My bro used to have this problem until he was like 18. He wouldn't eat meat because not of the taste. He was like, this is too much work.
Really?
Yeah. He did not understand the concept of meat until he became, sort of after 18. Meanwhile, I was eating meat since maybe birth.
That's some hard work I'm willing to put in. For like meat, fine.
Meat is
but
alright.
yeah, I feel like I enjoy like a really sweet treat. Sugar is my weakness. Like I need to just reduce on my sugar intake. But like generally, I could survive with one meal a day. I don't believe in the fact that it's breakfast, you have to eat breakfast, it's lunchtime, you have to eat. Unless you have a medical condition like you're diabetic and you have to have a regimen. That one, please, adhere to it. Otherwise, me, I'm just like, just eat when you're hungry.
I have pancakes in the evening for dinner.
Exactly.
I have proper food like for breakfast. So it just depends on how I'm feeling.
So food is a tool.
So how was it as a teenager? Food. Was there a fight?
I think we've even jumped. Let's just start as a child.
Okay.
I know
as a child,
I was not a healthy feeder. I think I used to, those children who store food in their mouths. So I would be that person. I'm on the dinner table, I'm eating, but then I get tired. And once I get tired, no, that's it for me. But then as a child in an African home, you have to do what? Finish your food.
And swallow.
Yes.
And people are looking over you.
So now me, I'd be there sitting on the table for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, just with my food here, like this. Yeah.
Upsetting the older people
Just,
because...
but the thing is, I was struggling. I was fighting for my life. But I think just from childhood, I didn't really love food. Food is just okay. In my teenage years, I don't really remember, but I think I was in boarding school most of the time. So, and you're growing, so maybe there I would just eat. But I don't really remember like what my relationship with food was then. Maybe I'd disassociated at that point.
Is your school group of schools? There are schools I've seen.
Well, have you brought it up?
Where they have
we had
gourmet meals and things.
It wasn't gourmet, but it was a very okay diet. Like I wouldn't. There are foods I didn't like, but I wouldn't complain. It was very much okay. Yeah, and there's some food combinations I used to have. Let me tell you, Kwanzaa, on was it Thursdays or Wednesdays? So on Wednesday we used to have chapati.
That is group of schools. This is very high. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I will say what my equivalent. Hey, chapati.
You saw chapati, dengu, and ice cream.
Hey.
Now, pause. Wait, was it?
Are we allowed to say which school this one was? We'll put in the caption. The other children should go to those schools. Don't go to my school. Okay.
Batiara High School, Springs. And then I think either that morning for breakfast we would have sausages. So now
okay.
So I didn't like sausages at that point in time. I don't know. I had a thing with oil. Like oil used to make me nauseous. So I would exchange my sausages to get more ice cream. It was like a butter trade. It was so nice. I'd exchange sausages twice to get ice cream, and then on Sunday to get cake and custard. Yeah, and I think that's where my sugar addiction started.
Even the other people behind the cameras are really, we are audience. Okay, no. If you know me, you know how my sausage problems, they're big problems.
No, I like sausages now, but I think previously oil. Like I have it makes me nauseous, especially if it's reused. There's a certain smell that, I don't know, I just get nauseous and
sausages, chapati, cake, custard.
Pilau?
Pale Kikuyu, they were not doing like that one.
What were they doing in Kikuyu?
Beans. The beans.
We also had beans.
Would have weevils. I doubt you
Protein.
engaged with the extra protein.
Yeah.
On one or two of the evenings, there was meat.
Okay.
With cabbage mixed in it.
Okay.
The meat was really small amounts, like dashes of meat. So you start appreciating this meat when you're in third form, fourth form, because the seniors must begin then. So you get cabbage water tasting of meat without the meat. So and then on Sundays, which were the best, we used to have chicken.
Oh, nice.
But the chicken was so boiled. You may or may not get the chicken itself. It might be the bones because
the nyama
coming off, it's separated. But that was the...
Did you used to serve yourself?
Yeah, we used to serve.
Okay.
So the seniors would serve like the juniors. So we had a table and someone would serve.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a bit fair, but you may or may not get meat. The best thing for high school for me was the bread in high school.
And first of all, whoever says cut bread or carbs, I love bread. I love bread.
That bread then. Now I don't eat bread.
Why?
But that bread.
Yeah.
And some other jam they used to make from popo. I didn't even know there's popo jam. I'm an apricot. Something weird that
apricot.
Is not.
Wow.
That bread was for... Thank you, my group of schools, for that bread. But maybe that's also why I don't eat that much bread. The bread was excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know what they used to do to that bread.
I think some schools used to have bakeries. I think like when I was
don't
in
think-
primary, I think the school had a bakery, so the bread used to be so
Fresh.
fresh. It was so good.
That's
It was
weird. We didn't
so good. Quite
engage.
the crust. Yeah.
But yeah, that bread was so nice. I have such good memories of that.
What about for you? What was your relationship with food? Or is?
I love food.
Okay.
I love all food. I can eat anything, literally. So I don't. My brother says I'm picky, but I don't think
I'm
I
also
am.
picky.
I don't think I am. I can eat anything. I may or may not like it, and then there's stuff that I eat because it's healthy. So
Okay.
like broccoli, surely.
Yeah.
There's nothing exciting about broccoli, but I will have all my veggies.
Yeah.
I like to eat many meals over the day, small amounts rather than big meals.
Yeah.
And now I've replaced a lot of my snacks with healthy snacks. So lots of fruit, nuts, vegetables, and they keep my energy going. But I really love food.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm just thinking about the next one. But yes. And I didn't have any struggles with like eating. That said, I struggled to be breastfed. I don't like the taste of milk, and I never liked the taste of milk.
Even now.
Even till now.
No, that's one thing I love. Ooh. I love
Even the
milk.
thought.
Warm milk, cold milk. When I'm making my coffee, it's just milk. There's no water. Even my hot chocolate, it's just milk.
I'm not there.
Milk is just so.
No,
Yeah.
no. My sister's like this. She's
Yeah.
like a cat. So I didn't like milk.
she's
when
like
I
a
was,
cat?
Yeah, like cats. They take all the.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't like breast milk from when I was very young, and my mom really struggled to feed me when I was young because of that. And I've never just liked milk, so I can take it, but still I feel the taste of the
Yeah.
milk in the background. It doesn't make me throw up or anything. It's just I
Okay.
don't like the taste.
Okay.
And then we never fought about. Interestingly, I'm not a fan of breakfast. I'm not a fan of eating breakfast when people eat breakfast.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, yes.
I
But not
eat,
the
I
meal
can
itself.
the time
Okay.
when breakfast is served.
Yes.
So when I was growing up in primary school, my mom would be a poor woman. She wakes up so early. She does all these things. And then she'd put the tea and the bread and maybe some eggs or whatever. I'd wait for her and then throw the tea away. I'd stuff the bread somewhere in between couches. I was that child. I'd put the boiled eggs in my bag so that I will try and eat later, but I'll forget. So they get crushed over there. So I'm not a fan of having, till today, I don't eat breakfast when breakfast should be eaten.
Okay. I agree with
It's like
that.
my tummy refuses to wake up.
Same. I usually feel like my stomach is not awake.
Yeah.
Like very early.
Yeah.
So
it
maybe
will be
like
till
10,
I'm the
11,
same.
then I can
And
eat.
at 11, I can have a proper meal. Because then I go like, now, egg, sausage, what? See, I just have the full lunch now.
Now
at
that's something
11.
I don't get. Eating food for breakfast. Like I know it's a thing and I know like it's healthy. It's a good way to like just fill your stomach nicely. But I struggle with the idea of that. Like stew for breakfast.
Yes. Oh, kwanza that Kikuyu one that's flooded
I've-
with carrots and all sorts of.
Our sisters of the mountain.
Yes.
No.
So I can have that at 11 o'clock as
Yeah.
my version of breakfast. And then
Okay.
it will push me through the day,
Yeah.
literally.
Then now you just eat dinner.
Then I have dinner.
Okay.
And I have dinner before 7 p.m. so that I have enough time to sleep at
You're one of
7:30.
those.
I sleep by 7:30.
You sleep by what?
Yeah.
And wake up at what time?
5 in the morning.
Okay. Hey, but
Sleep
that's
is
10
important.
hours.
Then it is very important for me.
I need to try that. How
It's
do you
the
get
best.
yourself to sleep at 7:30?
Interesting. So I used to, through med school, because I used to read very late into the night.
Yeah.
And then I started working. My job is obstetrics and gynecology. There's no structure to eat.
No, that's why I said, I don't think so.
Yes. So because there was no structure for such a long time, when I got maybe to like 30, maybe my mid-30s, I was like, let me try and see whether I can have something regular, a bit more regular. So I actually shifted the way I work so that I can sleep better.
Okay.
And then I started working out. So I started going to the gym.
Okay.
And I used to work out at night, but I didn't realize in the evenings, I didn't realize that I become very active. So that was keeping me up at night, but it affects how I am during the day.
Okay.
So I swapped my gym time to morning. And then now it's been the best.
Wow.
Because by 5 p.m. I am very tired. I do not engage with the world after 5 p.m. So then I sleep by 7. So I'll eat and sleep by 7:30. And then till the next morning. It's the best. And I don't sleep with my
Wow.
phone.
Okay, now did you have to bring that in?
No, that is for another podcast, another day.
Wait, I have
So,
a question.
yes.
So what time do you go to the gym in the morning?
5
Okay.
when I wake up.
Okay.
Yeah. So 5, usually between 5 and 6:30.
Okay.
Gym, showered, and I'm ready for the day.
Wow.
Yeah. That
When I
said, I am
grow
not. I'm not awake for human interaction until 9 or 10.
Okay.
So even though I am up,
Making it clear.
I am not awake for human interaction.
Okay.
Don't smile at me at 6 and think I'll smile back. I will
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Okay.
My
You're
mom
not a
finds that
morning
weird.
person.
No. But that's a lot about me. I was asking you about food.
Oh, yeah.
Because anemia.
Yeah.
You know about anemia because
Yes.
you're a doctor.
I know many things.
You know
That's
many
one of
things.
them.
This is the one. This is it.
That's the one.
Because we're taught so much about anemia.
Yeah. Only to realize it's a symptom and not a condition.
Please catch what Dr. Hopper said.
Yeah, anemia is a symptom. Yeah.
It's not
a condition.
It's not a condition.
Yes, it's not a diagnosis. So if you have
Yes.
anemia,
Yeah.
we need to find the cause.
So that's where this whole food thing was coming.
Okay.
Because nearly 25% of girls
Yeah.
across the globe struggle with anemia. Tell us a little bit, what is anemia?
Wow.
If you were explaining
Wow.
without using medical language.
Hey, let me just say how they normally say it. You don't have enough blood. So there's a parameter in your blood that is a bit low. And we really need it to be high because it contributes to a lot of the normal functioning of your body. Or rather, not high, but just within the normal range. And iron contributes a lot to it, but there are also other factors in play. Yeah.
So iron is one of the most important.
Yes.
And a lot of iron deficiency anemia, more than 40%,
Yeah.
is in Sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
Have you caught that? Wow, because the doctor did not know 40%. Yeah.
That's we're almost
That's
at
a
50%.
big- exactly.
That's a big number.
Yeah. And iron deficiency would normally come from our diet. So this is why this conversation started off with food, because there's a lot of ways that we've framed food, either not being able to cook it properly, not being able to source the food, not being able to make the food exciting for young children or young people. And that has been having an impact on our iron levels when we are still girls.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is nutrition, but also heavy periods, which people don't talk about, that people can bleed and bleed and bleed until they're iron deficient. So that is my throwing.
You've English it so nicely. I'm just like,
That
what?
is,
I'm learning. Even me, I'm going to be doing this. So let's talk about something. Yeah. So why we're talking about it is because
that is the reason.
Yeah.
And gynecologic causes, the bleeding can attribute to about 50% of iron deficient anemia. So I want us to have a little chat about periods and what that means for girls and how we should watch out for them. I don't know if you're comfortable talking about your experience or even people who you know about, periods and whether they've been heavy or not. Yeah.
Maybe let's talk about mine. I don't think I have the heaviest periods or like the longest in terms of the 2 to 7 days. So I think iron deficiency from periods has never been a problem for me. I think where my problem lies is the nutrition. Now, let's go before periods. So using the menstrual cycle, the luteal phase, there's like a hunger over there. When you're saying the things your mother never told you or someone never taught you, the luteal phase hunger, and it's hunger with an A, not with a U. Like you get so angry, but you're also so hungry. At the same time, you're bloated, so you can't eat much. But also, we crave a lot of carbs. So you're craving and not the most nutritionally beneficial food at that time. So that can also contribute to, your minerals and other micronutrients. So I think for me, it's mostly a dietary thing. And it's something I've really, really had to work on. The number of times I've had the opportunity to donate blood, I think I've had 3 or 4 opportunities and I've only donated once. Because it's either my iron levels are too low, so my hemoglobin is too low, or my weight. Yes. But then now on the contrary, I have a couple of friends who have heavy periods and prolonged. And one of them, I think she had traveled actually. Of course, I'm not going to mention her name, but she had traveled and she noticed she's getting tired and she didn't have as much energy, just the common symptoms of anemia. So she went to get checked and she noticed her hemoglobin levels were low and she found out she had adenomyosis. Yes.
Yeah.
So she had, we call them period problems or period disorders. And, normally you'd think that that's normal for me. Like my periods are normally this heavy, this long, it's normal. But we have what is the normal. So I'll let you, as the gynecologist, define what is the normal.
What is normal?
But this is just a reminder for the ladies.
Yeah.
Not everything is normal. There's some things that are red flag and your body is saying, please get me checked, please.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that you brought up the iron and what it causes, and then the normal, sort of lengths. So 21 to 35, I've mentioned this many times even on my Instagram. 21 to 35 days is a cycle length that we expect. And then some people 2 days, I give it up to 10 days of what is normal bleeding. But the amount is also important. So there are people who will spot for those times. They won't get iron deficiency. But if your pad is getting soaked, you put a pad and a tampon. By the time you're using a pad and a tampon, really, sister, please get seen, because that's where now also the blood loss will then cause the iron deficiency. And the symptoms of iron deficiency, some you've mentioned.
Before you go to the symptoms, can I ask a question?
Yes, ask.
How many pads would you say is enough to warrant you getting it checked? Like how many pads a day?
So I'd normally say maximum 2 or 3, and that's one product.
Okay.
So it's either tampons or pads. If you're needing to combine a pad and a tampon or 2 pads, that's not normal.
Okay.
Some people think that's normal, but that's not normal.
Okay.
How we measure and how we've come to the studies to understand what normal bleeding is by people measuring the weights of those products. So 5 mLs is a tablespoon, and all the way to 80 mLs for the whole period time. 80 mLs is like a cup. That'll probably be maybe 100 or maybe like this amount.
Okay.
That's how much we expect for the full length of the period. But there are people who bleed like this
in a day,
in 2 hours or 3 hours. Yeah. So if you're changing your pads or your products every 2 to 3 hours, that's too much.
And because they're heavily soaked,
they're
not
heavily
because
soaked,
of
yes,
comfort,
not because of comfort. So that's too much bleeding. And when that happens, then you get dizzy, you can get headaches. A lot of teenage girls will say how they are tired all the time and they don't want to go to school, but they get castigated or judged that this one doesn't like going to school, or she's being rude, or she's being naughty or cheeky. She's tired. Like really, it's fatigue.
And even when you're tired, you'll become irritable.
Exactly. You become more annoyed.
Yes.
And the thing that comes out of that as well is the heart, because the heart is not having enough oxygen to pump more oxygen to your organs. So your heart starts pumping. Really, you can feel your heart beating, which is called palpitations. So looking out for especially young girls who are missing school or just don't want to go to school. There's the whole also managing the period products stuff. So having to leave class every 2 to 3 hours to go and change. It's amazing how teachers are not sensitized to why is she leaving class every 2 to 3 hours. They just go like, or sometimes even they refuse. Go like, you've just gone to the loo, why are you going again?
Which you're just like.
So it's just like being sensitive to young girls and young women and that problem. But yes, good. So the problem of iron deficiency, when it starts when you're young, it then also has an impact for when you conceive. Did you know this bit?
No, I did not know that.
Yes.
I did not.
So for you, by the time you're getting to get a baby, you need to be already starting off from a good point before you get there. And the reason is that you're going to be sharing your oxygen through the placenta to the baby. So if you're already starting on a low, it means the baby will not get enough oxygen. And those babies tend to be very small. So they're born as...
Now if you phrase it like that, now sasa nimeshika vizuri.
So you can get low birth weight because of iron deficiency. But remember, pregnancy in itself, when we deliver and we remove the placenta, there's usually a lot of bleeding. So then you can have heart problems coming out of acute bleeding because you started off on a low and now we've made you go even lower. So do you have any advice for someone who is trying to conceive or thinking about pregnancy in terms of how to prepare so that they don't have iron deficiency.
Oh, yes.
What would you, yeah.
And I think this is something that a good friend of mine always says. She's called Lean. Shout out to you, Mind Fence. She always talks about preconception care. Like, just make sure you have that check with your doctor when you're thinking of, I want to have a baby, just so that they can make sure everything is all right. And when the baby comes, the baby is going to be healthy. You don't have to be running around helter-skelter trying to, get your iron up or
In
whatever
the middle
it
of
is.
pregnancy,
Yes,
kwanza,
yeah. And also, at least we give supplements, IFAS, during pregnancy. But I think having a preconception, at least consultation with your gynecologist is something that if you have the opportunity to do so, I highly recommend. Yeah.
So what Dr. Hope has said, please get seen before. Don't come when you're already pregnant at 20 weeks. There's nothing more difficult. So like you've mentioned, IFAS. IFAS is oral iron tablets. Many pregnant women don't tolerate it. It has a bad taste.
Okay.
I tried it.
Okay.
I like to try things which is so bad.
Wait,
I
you tried
shouldn't
it
say
to
on
just...
camera.
No, I
Yes,
feel like...
I do.
I don't think it's bad. Sometimes...
I try things
Sorry.
before I give them to my patients because I feel like I have an understanding of what they might struggle with.
Yes.
Like there's one medicine I won't mention here on the podcast. Hey, it's for painkillers.
But let me tell you, Big Pharma is looking for you. They just said, hi, clinical trials, we are looking for you.
Yeah. Maybe I should just remain within the trials. But there's some medicine that they used to market a lot for pregnant women for pain and contractions.
Yes.
To reduce those contractions in between the... Let me tell you, my friend, I was walking around like a drunk. I'm like, how am I to give this to the pregnant women? Anyway, I'm a fan of trying out things before I give them to patients. So IFAS, the oral version, there are very few oral products that taste nice. We want to give the iron. We must give the iron because we're already iron deficient, but they don't taste very nice.
Okay.
And I used to have a group, many women who I've seen even during internship and my practice, who are given these things for free and they would throw them outside the hospital. Our antenatal clinic in Machakos when I was an intern had all these. They used to throw them, but they would never tell us.
Yeah.
So I've come to be very conscious about asking my patients, have you taken it? What has it done to you? Because it will give you dark stools. It gives you constipation for some people, makes their tummy upset and things like that. And the alternative is to give an iron infusion. Now, the iron tablets take very long to build the iron levels.
Yeah.
So if you're first showing up in a hospital for your clinic at 30 weeks, we don't have enough time. So then we have to give the iron infusion one. But yes, please be seen preconceptually because, my Lord,
it just makes it easier.
To sort out all those things.
Yeah. But also I think it's important to notice, or rather to mention that not everyone has that privilege.
Yeah.
So if you can, we highly recommend. But if you're not able to, the ANC window is still very much an option. Yeah.
That has just made me think we should petition the government. The way we have antenatal clinic, we have postnatal clinic,
we should have prenatal.
This is it.
Yeah, because you avoid so many of the challenges that you'll find ahead.
And things that come up.
This is now where we are talking about preventative care. It needs to become the focus.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of sick care in this country where you come when you're sick. And not in this country, I think it's globally.
It's globally, yeah.
Yeah, so we need to transition to the point where we're not focusing on you being sick. We're focusing on, okay, fine, this is you, status quo. Like now let's match.
Let's work with
what we have and avoid it going, Now,
I'll mention something interesting and you may or may not know it, so you let me know.
Okay.
There was a study that was done, it's probably 10 years ago, looking at fertility in young women.
Okay.
And matching their diets. So a lot of 25-year-olds around the time when you're talking about lots of carbs and sweet tooth and, easy... They don't eat lots of vegetables and fruit. And even though their ovarian reserve, which is what would match fertility, was quite high, the outcomes were not great in terms of pregnancy. So getting pregnant and the outcomes.
Okay.
Are you aware of this?
No. And why I would say no is because, so I did my internship in Nyeri. Of course, when you're in Mashinani, a good number of your patients are quite young. And the outcomes are so good. So I'm like, okay, I don't know where that study was done, but I guess it's something that I've learned.
So this is urban areas and Western countries.
Okay.
And the reasoning behind it, or the theory behind it, is that high carb diets will then also affect how hormones are processed. And that has an impact on ovulation and the quality of eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm pro carb, I'm pro veggies, fruits, nuts, and carbs are fine, just not in the way that we eat burgers and things like that. So you see now, sorry, I'm judging y'all. So you see, your people in Nyeri don't eat burgers, and they have problems with potatoes, but not very carb.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I normally just eat a balanced diet. Balanced.
Yeah, but now I quantify what balance is.
The third, it was rule of thirds. You divide your plate into thirds.
I've even removed that one.
You've removed
half the plate, veggies and fruit, half of it.
Okay.
Then a few spoons of your carb and a lot of protein.
Okay.
Because protein is also important. So protein is meat, legumes, all that stuff.
Have you seen what do I call it? The food chart has changed now. You see the way the hierarchy of like healthy foods. So now apparently proteins are the things we should be having now in excess.
More.
Yeah, more than.
But not in
excess, but like more than the carbs.
Yes.
And
so
the
more
veggies.
than the carbs, but not more than the veggies.
You will check the food chart.
Yeah.
It's
Let me
there,
check and
proteins.
See. Yeah.
So now it's literally upside down. And now on my TikTok, of course, the nutritionists and dietitians in the US are going crazy. They're just like, wait a minute. I almost cast to like, wait a minute. Yeah, but it's so interesting.
It makes sense because a lot of the proteins also have carbs.
Oh yeah.
And how we make the proteins also usually you'll have your oils.
Yeah.
Meat in itself, which is protein, also has its own fats. So it cannot be matching the carbs of, whatever we know as plain carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And then even the veggies, if you think about it, we're still frying or shallow frying. True. Or if it's a salad, we have salad oil. So there's still a lot of carb heavy.
Okay.
And I've done like weeks where I don't have carbs and I'm absolutely fine. I survive. Because I'll shallow fry my fruits and veggies and I'll have my meats and beans and things like that, which still have carbs.
Yeah, and your energy levels are okay.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
one day I'll try it, but I think I love carbs.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not judging you.
Are you sure?
I'm very, very, very sure. Yeah. So now we're talking about pregnancy.
Yes.
What is the chance that someone gets pregnant in a month?
Is it like Dr. Amanda told me this statistic and I've forgotten. Me in a month, 0.25%. I'll stick with that.
Stick with that.
Yeah.
And this one was a doctor who had told you. Yeah.
But don't quote me. Maybe she said something else, and that's what I remember. Yeah.
About 11% chance per month.
Hey, that's so low.
Exactly. Oh. But people walk around thinking that because all the people around you are pregnant, even you will just be like pregnant like
that she mentioned that it's harder to get pregnant than we actually think.
Yes. Yeah. So again, just bringing that conversation of prenatal and having checks done. Even when you decide that you're going to get pregnant, it doesn't necessarily just come automatically. Like there are many things that happen. That was very far from our nutrition.
No, actually, that's
what we're talking about.
But I think that's so interesting. Maybe I'll digress a bit.
Yeah.
Now, when I was doing my internship during obstetrics, I would also attend the gyne clinic, the gynecology clinic, and many young women were coming with primary infertility. And I was wondering, wow, but these are your reproductive years, or so they say. So why are you struggling with infertility? Many of them had blocked tubes.
Yes.
And I'll never forget this one thing the consultant said. Sexually transmitted infections.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of the biggest causes of blocked tubes. So this is just for the young ladies out there. Yes, we say STIs are treatable, but also they have other effects in the long run. And one of them is primary infertility. Yeah. So when we say, please protect yourself, please do. Yes.
That is true.
Yeah.
That high number that you're saying for the audience, that's 45 to 50% of infertility is because of blocked tubes in women. I hope you caught that one. Because that's my bread and butter. That's why you see you guys come to see me, because your tubes are blocked and you end up with IVF, which is very expensive. Yeah. So iron, going back to diet, the amount of iron you need when you're pregnant is nearly 50% what you have.
Wait, so there's
less? There's a 50% increased need for iron when you're pregnant.
Yes.
But now shifting to the other side, because when we talk about diet and eating, what happens is that then people overeat. They overdo. Might you have an idea of the impact of overeating in pregnancy? When I was growing up and when I was a young doctor, moms used to be told to eat for two, which I really can't stand.
Okay.
But any thoughts you have around overeating?
I think the first one I can say maybe gestational diabetes, especially if it's carb heavy. Number two, joints. Your joints, just because of already you have baby weight and then you've added weight due to the pregnancy, so maybe it can affect your joints. Your hormones, I don't know exactly how, but they are dysregulated hormones. What else? That's what I can think of. And then also now, let me not say high risk pregnancies, but just some complications during delivery. Like if you're going to get gestational diabetes, which of course overeating is not the only cause, but now that predisposes you to getting a big baby, and then now there's a higher risk of vaginal tears and just more complications during the delivery.
I like that you brought gestational diabetes into that. We'll not focus a lot on that.
Okay.
But one of the interesting things is that pregnancy first is a diabetic state. You're pro-diabetic when you become pregnant.
Okay.
So the processing of overeating...
God, again, another one? Where is the lady with the list? The girl with the list. Oh my gosh.
So because it's pro-diabetic and if you overeat, then you're dysregulated in your sugars. But what is most interesting is if you as a mom have gestational diabetes, the child you carry has a risk of having diabetes in future before they even get pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did your doctor or your mama tell you that one?
No.
Okay, so I'm feeling a gap.
Maybe the lecturer told me and I've forgotten,
They
but
didn't.
no,
They didn't. They didn't. I really attended most of the classes, whether I was asleep in them or not.
You were there.
I was there. But that's something that people don't talk about or discuss. The risk of future diabetes in a baby whose mom has had gestational diabetes and therefore my anti-overeating in pregnancy. And we have normal weights that we want people, or weights at least an average that we want people to maintain. So this is not the fun times of my cravings, babe, nasikia kula pizza, I just want pizza. You should also have a discussion with your doctor if your cravings are not matching, they're not healthy. Because we don't say, I normally say eat what you can and how you can, but that also opens room for people to say the child only wants pizza, or the child only wants potatoes, or the child only wants... We have to be really conscious about what we're eating even during pregnancy for this reason. I've had women who've lived on Coke the full pregnancy. They're just like, that's what I crave every day. Coca-Cola.
I mean, it's not bad to crave, but I think maybe in moderation.
So just being conscious of what we are putting into our foods.
Wow.
I've
You
added
sound
for
like
you
the pregnancy
something.
police now.
So maternal consumption for food, very, very big deal. And then there are particular nutrients that we like to advise moms. Yes, tell us.
You want me to name them? Of course, we've talked about iron, very important. Folate is also very important, especially for the development of the child. And I think we need to mention that development starts early. So you should be taking your IFAs from first trimester.
In fact, I do
actually.
Prenatally 3 months before you get pregnant.
Even better. Perfect. Then there's also vitamin B12, which is also important for like the neural development of the baby. You also need like now your macronutrients, your carbohydrates for energy, your proteins for building. Fats are also healthy. Vitamins, well, the rest in moderation, but I think those are the key ones that we focus on.
So folate, very important with the vitamin B12. That neural tube is the brain plus the spinal cord. And women who are lacking in those, then the brain and the spine formation is a problem. What people don't talk a lot about is vitamin D and calcium.
And calcium.
With the bone formation of the bones of the baby. So it's not necessarily from the mom, but
Yeah.
once you have a pregnancy, some people even say pregnancy is like a parasite, like the baby is
It
just
just
eating
eats.
from you
Yeah.
and taking stuff.
Yeah.
But we do have vitamin D deficiency,
Okay.
even in this country,
Oh yeah.
with our beautiful skins.
Majority of us are vitamin D deficient. Yeah.
And the reason for that,
Buildings,
Yes.
we don't go outside in the sun. You're also fully covered all the time. And especially for babies.
Yeah.
When you're there, take them outside,
Cover.
quarter jua, and they are covered.
they're covered.
Release the blanket,
Yes.
release, expose them. Yeah.
So even for moms, we never used to talk a lot about vitamin D, especially in Africa, because the assumption was that there's so much sun.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be vitamin D deficient?
Yeah.
But remember, we are not sitting outside in the sun all the time. So we're in offices, we're at home.
Yeah.
When we come outside, we're covering ourselves. We're putting sunscreen, which is good
Yeah.
to protect the skin. But also, we are not getting enough sun just by virtue of being in the country. So if you are one of those people, please make sure that you get some sun, at least 30 minutes, even an hour if you can.
Step outside.
Step outside.
You know, when you
See
say an hour, you're
outside.
stressing them. I think the research says a minimum of 20 minutes. Let them start somewhere. So just 20 minutes and
20
then build
minutes
it
and
up.
then build it up. But yes, we do have vitamin D deficiency in African women. We've seen it even in countries abroad.
Yeah.
We see it a lot in women who wear buibus as well, because they're fully covered. So a lot of vitamin D deficiencies. And vitamin D has been implicated in miscarriages very recently in the last couple of years. So vitamin D, very important.
This is why it's important to have the prenatal care.
If
'Cause
there
you
is a
never
reason
know.
this podcast,
You really-
I'm hoping that we are circling back to this prenatal, which is what I wanted us to
Yeah.
really focus on.
Yeah.
Because people just walk into baby making
That's
very
true.
unprepared. So yeah.
Okay.
So in the previous guest
Yeah.
will normally say something that I should tell you,
Okay.
and then we discuss that,
Okay.
and then you will tell us something to leave for the next guest.
Okay.
So the previous guest, so excellent.
Yeah.
He said women. I felt like I wanted to.
Oh,
just
he
dance.
said women. Love it.
Women are. We should appreciate women more,
Yes.
basically, because first we have very high economic value.
Oh, yeah.
We are half the population, and our health has not been focused on, meaning that we are not having very many healthy women doing work and contributing to the economy. What are
To
your
their
thoughts?
to their full capacity.
To their full capacity,
Yes.
our full capacity.
Yes. Yeah, our.
Our
Yeah.
nisisi. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think I agree. Yeah, I agree, because even for me as a doctor, but also as a woman, there's so many things I'm learning. Like when someone comes and tells you about their experience having endometriosis, you're just like, I don't remember that from class, you know? So I think I agree 100% with him. We really need to pay more attention to women.
Yeah.
We also need to listen to women, because many a times women are dismissed. And when women are dismissed, it's like you wouldn't want to mention it again. Yeah. What else? I think also there's something. Wait. Oh yeah, women need to be empowered to ask. Yeah. So, and I think this is my message for women. When you enter the consultation room, imagine you're in charge.
Yeah.
You're in
You're
charge.
the boss.
You're the boss.
You're the one with the issue.
Yeah.
It's not
The
me.
body is yours.
Yeah.
So ask the questions. If you feel uncomfortable, say you feel uncomfortable. If you need something to stop, please ask the doctor, please could you stop? Allow them to walk you through the process. You're the boss. Like, just take charge of that. And we're not saying like now be rude and be aggressive. No, just remember it's your body. You're the one who came with a concern. And don't leave the room until your concern has been addressed. Yeah.
I'd like to add, anytime you're thinking of, like, you're having something happening, please put it on a notebook.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, like,
and come with a
note
list
it
of
down.
questions.
Yeah.
Because a number of times I've had full conversations with women, and then they go like, I didn't discuss one of the things that is really, affecting me. So please write it down on a notebook. Come with even 20 questions.
Yeah, it's
I will
fine.
answer all of them.
Yeah.
We make the time. But if you don't remember, we might not remember to ask some
That's
of those
true.
things. So, yeah.
I've remembered what I wanted to say. And there are actually three things. Number one, we need to
Is
stop.
this now your quote?
No.
This is
In
still
response to it,
say.
we need to stop telling women that pain is normal. No. And then we also need to define what normal
What is normal, yeah.
What is normal to me might not be normal to you. So we really need to define that. And then I think we need to track our cycles more as women, because it's funny that most of our problems start from the cycle. So you can only track the cycle by giving it some time. Sometimes you'll come to me today, I had this thing once, but then I need to follow for a bit of time. So what you're saying, have like a tracker, a notebook where you write, today I was feeling this, today I had that, today this happened, so that when you're coming now to the doctor, it's not going to be a case where we're just like, okay, fine, next month come with this, next month go for that. We kind of have a story, and now we're able to create now the care journey or the care plan for you.
It's interesting you say that. I'm running a program called Hormone Synergy.
Synergy.
Hormonal
synergy
program. Because even for me, this was revelatory that the cycle also affects how I work, how I show up, how I relate with people. This was shocking to me because med school does not allow us cycling and cycle things, especially for obs and gynae. There's no program.
It doesn't go
there's
into
it. No, but there's even no life.
Yes.
It does not have a structure. So this was very surprising to me. I was like, oh yeah, there's a pattern. There are days I need more sleep, there are days I need less sleep. And so I decided to run a program for women so that I can teach them. And then teach them what to do with that information. And it usually you need to track for about 3 months.
That's the mean I've been seeing. The mean time.
So before you give us your quote, I'll add something else. We are all living longer. Generally,
as human beings,
beings, healthcare has gotten so good that we are living longer than our parents and grandparents. They used to sort of pass away at 50 or 60 years old. So we're getting more and more people who are older. But women are living 7 years extra compared to men. So yes, I agree that we need to really put emphasis on not just women's health, but also their productivity and what they're contributing to society, because we're here for longer than our male counterparts.
And that's not even just for comparison. Also, women are most of the times they're the decision makers or the implementers when it comes to the health of a family or a community. So imagine you're empowering my life as a woman, you're giving me more opportunity to go and empower other people's, including your partners, the men, etc.
Excellent. So now what is your quote, thing, sentence, whatever you want to leave for the next guest, who may or may not be a man or a woman of, I keep saying whatever age, but they're not like 5-year-olds. These are sort of adults.
Grown adults.
Yes. And it doesn't have to be about women's health. It can be life generally.
Before I mention it, let me just say something that I've been reading more about. We need to start calling our body parts what they are. And stop giving them pet names. I read
I just said a name here, and somebody was falling on the anyway.
Vagina, the vagina. I read a sad statistic that if you don't have a name for, especially your private parts is fine, but if you give them pet names, especially in kids, there's a higher chance of them being sexually assaulted. Because they're not aware.
That is
so let's name our body parts what they are named. There's no shame in it, and it's okay to generalize, to say your bottom, to say private parts, but not the pet names. Okay, I just had to make sure I say that. So what would I tell gosh, can it just be like a life lesson? Okay.
Anything.
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and what I got from it was many of us, so it said many a times we think the journey starts when you start moving, but in hindsight the journey starts when you turn on the ignition. So when you think about it, when you make the choice, when you make the decision, that's when the journey starts. So many of us think that I just need to move, but then you can't move if you don't turn. And some of us will turn it halfway, but even when you turn on your car halfway, it's only the radio that comes on or like the lights, but the engine is not running. So that's like a place where you've reached a comfort that just makes you feel like, It's a glimmer of hope, but you're not really living. So for you to actually get to that place where you're living and you're actually actualizing whatever it is, turn on that ignition and go.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you for turning
Welcome.
our ignition
Yes.
and summarizing our time together. It has been excellent.
Thank
Talking about
you.
food.
Yeah.
And that has been Filling the Gap podcast, where we are filling the gap on what your doctor and your mama didn't tell you. If you enjoyed that or learned something, like Dr. Hope, who's a doctor, she learned something, please like, subscribe, share your mother, your friend, your father, your brother, and let's meet on the next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Hope.
Thank you.